a woman asked me where I'm from. Then I said I'm from Singapore. Then she was like so surprised. Then she told me, oh, I thought you from Tibet. Because in China, right, it's kind of weird. Because if you're darker, different treatment.
Halal for breakfast.
Assalamualaikum and welcome to another episode of the Halal Travel Podcast. You're listening to me, Hazira, Rauda and Nurul. And today we are with the brown hitchhiker, also known as Yahn Adam. He is currently at a hostel in Malacca. Yes? Cakap hi.
Hi.
Hello, hi. Malunya.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Okay, so what's interesting about Yahn is that he hitchhiked from London to Singapore. I don't know how he does it, how he did it. So we'll listen more about that later on. But yeah, maybe Yahn, you can introduce yourself a bit more. Macam, what was it like? What was your life like before hitchhiking or before this story went big?
Okay, basically before I was hitchhiking, I was doing like a 9 to 5 job. Like all along, I didn't have a passport. So when I took part in a fashion competition, I won and was supposed to represent Singapore in Bangkok International Fashion Week. I didn't have a passport, so they asked me to make a passport. Then that was the first time I went to Bangkok, and that's where I started the travel bug.
Oh, so wait,
Yeah.
why didn't you have a passport? That's very unusual.
I wasn't all along interested in travel.
I see.
But isn't it
Yeah.
a necessity?
No, there are
Sorry?
some people who don't have passport.
Oh, is it? It wasn't like macam growing up, isn't it a necessity like within your
No.
family to actually have a passport?
So I'm now curious. So last time before you went to Bangkok, right? What do you do? Like you're just around in Singapore?
Yeah, working.
He's hardworking.
Alahai
Slaving
kesiannya.
myself.
So you were a fashion designer. So like, do you design for dresses or like what is the industry that you're in when it comes to designing?
Jewelry.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Do you design the necklace that you're wearing right now?
No,
Oh, okay.
this one cheap one.
Store-bought.
Okay, disclaimer, he didn't know it was going to be a
Oh
video.
yes, he would have just decked himself in his
I
own
think
jewelry.
it was a video who have worn.
Okay, so how did the name Brown Hitchhiker came about?
Because because there was a Facebook page, Hitchhiking Europe, and I posted some questions on the forum. I asked, is it easy for Asians to hitchhike? And some of the comments I read that they said, it is easy, but it would be easier if you are white and
Yeah.
all that. So I was like, which I think is like kind of rubbish, you know. Yeah, so then I did the hitchhiking. Then I started to realize that people being kind to you, kindness, you know, when it comes to kindness, people don't judge you. They don't look at your skin color and all that. They just out of sincerity, they will help you out. So that's how I came about the name, the Brown Hitchhiker.
So macam kira kau macam out of the ordinary lah.
Yeah.
That's
Because
nice.
when people think like, hitchhiker is only like Europeans,
Alright.
Westerners,
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What is one of the tips that you have for brown people to approach hitchhiking? Since you say that they look at your character and not your skin color, right? So maybe you can share a little bit more about your experience.
Maybe instead of a thumbs up, you put like a
Yeah, actually, do you do a thumbs
another
up?
finger or something.
Yeah, thumbs up. Actually, I did the exact same thing what a normal European hitchhiker did. Just thumbs up.
Okay, and then you just wait. And then people will
Yeah.
just come and help you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
So far, but the thing is, I compared the timing during while I was in Europe and in Asia, it is faster in Asia than in Europe. The waiting time.
Oh, faster in Asia.
Yeah, because while I was in Kazakhstan, right, people find me interesting because
Exotic.
just because I look, exotic. I want to say that word, but I want to act humble, lah.
Actually, I've gotten that from my foreign friends as well.
I look at YouTube comments. They'll be like, "Wow, your skin color is so exotic.
Yes, they always say that. And then
like-
Caucasians or Europeans would always say to me that, we spend so much money to get your skin colored. I'm like, I don't want this skin color. Maybe I want to be whiter.
That's true. So like when you bought the cars, do they ever talk to you about how you look and everything?
Not exactly, but I did ask them why did they pick me up, and most of the time, right? Because most of them who pick me up are truck drivers, and drivers they go on a long journey,
Yeah.
for can take up days, so they just like need companion, like friends to talk to. So yeah, that's one of the reason that they told me about.
Interesting.
Were
Yeah.
you ever scared that your hitchhiking experience may go wrong? I think this is me coming from listening to a lot of true crime podcasts.
They brought me into the woods.
No, never.
Very pure-hearted, I think.
Maybe. And okay.
Yeah, I think the thing is there's also another thing that I always tell myself how to get a ride easier, always to have a good intention. The more you stress about getting a ride, right, the harder it is to get one.
Have you
Yeah.
ever refused a ride? Like they want to give you, then you see macam bit dodge. Then like, oh no thanks.
Not because of dodgy, but because of they ask for money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I kindly refuse them lah. Then I just wait for another car. But only once only I experienced that, and then other than that, no issue.
What's the most interesting conversation or like person that you have met during the
Most
hitchhiking?
interest,
Yeah.
alam, that was while I was in Russia. We were talking about Putin.
Okay, politics pula. Okay. Let's be more politically soundly
Balance.
yeah.
Other than that, no. We just. Oh yeah. There was one in Russia too. He was just asking if I'm going on a journey for soul searching. Then I said, no, I just wandering around and everything, just traveling, just for adventure. Yeah, nothing much lah.
On the ride, do you feel compelled to start a conversation, or is it almost macam natural for you to start a conversation?
It would be firstly it would be like damn awkward lah. So I just because there's like language barrier, so I'll just keep quiet first until like the driver would send signal, try to talk to me. Then I will just take out my phone and use Google Translator, and then we just started talking. Yeah.
I don't think I can do that. Even like in the Grab, I cannot start a conversation.
Oh, the Grab
I
drivers
cannot.
always talk to me,
Really?
even when I don't want to talk to them.
I don't think I can talk to you.
No, but legit, if you have conversations, right, you find out very interesting things. Sometimes you learn more about like MLM lah. Then some of them will give you life advice about like COVID lah, about marriage lah, nonsensical things lah. Sometimes even controversies about how there is spies around us, and then they are like tagged with like the computer chips. Yeah, I have all those
Serious?
conversations in my Grab rides. So, but okay, from your experience, right? Since you are a male, maybe there is a difference. Do you think that being a female like us going hitchhiking, would that be like more concerning ke tak?
Actually, there are female hitchhiker. If you go onto the Facebook page, right, Hitchhiking Europe, there are a few that even went solo to Iran, to the Middle East and everything. Yeah. But then again, talking about safety, even it depends on your luck. Actually, even for me also, it's like 50-50. Like I'm not quite sure when it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Just going for the ride lah, huh? If it's an
Yeah.
adventure, it's an adventure
I'm
vibe.
very curious. Like, your first trip out of Singapore is Bangkok. So, how long did it take for you to finally decide that you want to go on a hitchhike? Because in my head, it's like I need a lot of planning. I need to think about what's gonna happen when I arrive in a destination, and then like that kind of anxiety ke? That kind of worry that I have in someone else's country. So.
And
Which
I
one,
think also when you are starting to travel, you don't just jump straight into
Correct.
hitchhiking. You go maybe for somewhere a bit further first, then you go there like gradually. This one is like wow. You go.
Yeah, actually there was one Polish guy who hitchhiked from Poland to Singapore, and he was featured in local newspaper, and instantaneously I was like, I want to do that, and I even told myself like I was so determined. I was like, I'm gonna break his record. Then,
Competitive, right? This is competitive behavior.
so I go and stalk him. I go and like search his Facebook page and message him. I told him that I want to meet him in Singapore, but unfortunately he already left. Yeah, so like I told myself one day I'm gonna meet him. Then how I started hitchhiking is that when I think a few months or a year later after that
Bangkok
newspaper
trip.
article, I went to Myanmar just backpacking like a normal traveler. Then I was taking videos of pagodas and all that. Then then came across this German backpacker walking across like my frame, and I was like told him, excuse me, you're blocking my view, like then it was like then he was like, oh sorry. Then we chatted and all that. He asked me where I'm from, then I said I'm from Singapore, and he told me that he hitchhiked from India to Myanmar, and that's when I started to ask him a lot of questions about hitchhiking, and I think he saw that I seemed interested, and he invited me to hitchhike with him for 2 weeks around Myanmar.
So you had a
Yeah.
companion who guided you throughout that first journey. Okay.
Yeah. Then after that, after the Myanmar 2 week trip, it was fun. It was really, really fun in Myanmar hitchhiking. Then I went solo hitchhiking for the first time in East Malaysia from Sabah to Sarawak. Solo.
Tak boleh brain ah. I cannot brain how like someone can just ajak you like, okay, let's go hitchhiking together. Like,
Why?
Just go lah.
Yeah.
I scared
Just say
lah, I
yes.
scared.
Never
Go
say
je,
no.
don't scared. Go je, don't scared.
While I was in Vietnam, I tried to withdraw cash, but my account was hacked. So
Ya
that's like
Allah.
$800 gone.
Okay, so how did that happen?
I don't know because I like a few times I tried to withdraw cash lah. Then I think there was one time I tried to withdraw cash, my bank account went completely like $0. Like yeah. Then I was like I checked my online banking statement. There was like $800 withdrawn one of the days. So I called the local bank but couldn't get through because I was using prepaid. Then I waited for so long, then my prepaid like go down also.
Yeah.
Then I was like give up. Then I just text some of my friend back at home to help me like transfer me some cash lah. I think I only asked for $50.
Huh. And like
Yeah,
you were
$50.
in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Oh, so all the way you just hitchhike. So that didn't incur any cost.
No, because food in Vietnam very cheap, Yeah.
So all your money mostly
So-
went to just food and
Yeah,
supplies.
food.
and-
Yeah. Mostly food
So it's more expensive when you were in like Europe lah.
Oh, in Europe I overspent because like for me I set myself like in every month like I have like $500 budget. So yeah, and in Europe I overspent like 500.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Were you gonna say something?
No.
I wanna ask, what is your first couch surfing experience? Cause how did that? I mean, obviously I assume that it is okay for you to couch surf, cause like you're like YOLO lifestyle. But macam, how did the first couch surfing experience was for you? Was it clear on how couch surfing works?
I got my first host was in Sarawak Bitulu. It was kind of awkward lah because I don't even know how it works. So I just sent him a message like hey, can I stay with you like for like 2 nights, and then we can hang out and go sightseeing. So I went to stay at his place lah, and then he told me like in Bintulu there's nothing much to see. So
What a way to promote your destination.
so I just hang out with him, go makan, yeah, and all that. Yeah. And nothing much happened during my first couch surfing. It was not too bad, nothing special, just okay, just hanging around with the host, yeah, chit chat. Yeah.
Is it also because you don't have much expectations on like couch surfing and everything?
Maybe. Yeah.
But
Maybe because of the venue also lah.
nothing much in Bintulu lah.
Yeah.
So really cannot expect
Serious
much.
lah.
Then what about like
You know?
your other exciting couch surfing experiences? Got more macam happening ones not?
The most happening couch surfing experience wait. Oh, all in Kazakhstan. All.
All in Kazakhstan. So we're gonna hear one by one, One by one. Don't run away faster. Okay, first story, let's go.
Okay, so the first story, while I was in Russia, right? My host in October, Kazakhstan, he messaged me. I didn't even message him, He messaged me, because I posted on my profile that I'm heading to Kazakhstan, and he messaged me. And then he asked me, he invited me over to stay at his place, at his mom's place. But he won't be at home. He will be traveling to Russia. So I didn't make any promises lah. So I just said, okay, if I ever drop by in October, then I will just send him a message lah. If I have interested around to stay with him. So that was 1 week before I entered Kazakhstan. So when I was in Kazakhstan, the driver dropped me off at the petrol station at around, I think like late at night, 7 or 8 p.m. Then I messaged him, because I couldn't find any host, so I messaged him like, hey, hi, can I stay? Can I stay at your place? Then he said, yeah, sure. Then I'll pass you my brother's number. He said that he's out of town already, so his brother will host me. So his brother instantaneously come and fetch me at the petrol station.
Wow.
Then he bring me to eat this fancy restaurant and eat horse meat, the traditional.
Oh, the horse meat. Okay.
Delicacy bao shemak or something. I forgot how the pronunciation already lah. Yeah, and it is not cheap, okay? Then I was on that table, three of us, his wife, his brother, and me. Then I was the only one eating. Then I was like, why don't you guys join me eat? And then he said, never mind. You are the guest of in our country. You eat first.
Oh, so cute.
I was like, wow.
Tak nak keluar lah. Duduk sini je lah. Wow.
Yeah, that was the first great experience.
Is it normal?
Wow.
Is it normal for people to macam treat their guests as lavishly like that?
I was about to go inside.
Okay,
that, basically, the couch surfing in Europe and in Asia, right, are two different experience. Because while I was in Europe, right, it's more like friend to friend. I welcome you into my house because I want to make friends with you. I want to get to know you. But when I was in Kazakhstan, Vietnam, and all that, it's more like you are our guest in our country. I'm your host, and I want to make you feel comfortable throughout your trip. Yeah, and there was one host in Kazakhstan even told me that it's a culture in Kazakhstan that they treat travelers as saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
I don't know. Maybe it's their tradition. I'm not quite sure.
Does it mean that you're pure?
Huh?
As saints, as in like because you're pure. But as saints in what way?
I'm not quite sure. I never really asked them because I don't trust Google Translator that much.
Maybe it's like their
Bermusafi.
culture. Yeah, I think it's part of maybe of the religion.
Yeah.
Where they treat like
I think in
travelers.
Islam also
Yes.
there's such thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
when they
like-
treat travelers better than they treat like family members.
Yeah.
Something like a family member.
Is it true? Like I'm asking like generally to all of you. Is it true that macam like when you travel somehow your doa is more termakbul, or like your doa is more barakah?
Yeah.
I'm not very religious people, but every time, but like I said earlier, always have a good intention. I always like, please, I hope to meet like a very interesting, driver who will pick me up. I always tell myself that.
Sort of like
That's cool.
manifestation.
So the hospitality when you had in Kazakhstan was like way different than anywhere else that you had.
Yeah, in Europe, most of I do have like some great experience, but most of the time like the host like bring me out to clubbing, which I don't enjoy. I don't drink. Yeah, so
Sit down there lah.
so there was one time in France, Lyon. Lyon. I don't know. I don't know. Just
Many,
not
many,
sure.
many.
Somewhere
one
in
of the
France.
city. Just France. I went. I stayed with him like 2 nights, and 2 nights he bring me to clubbing, to the bar. Then I didn't enjoy lah. I
You
just
didn't
drink
reject?
orange juice,
Actually,
orange juice.
reject.
Then the host get drunk. Then I have to bring him back home,
Jadi chaperone.
That's why
Kesian
he
apa.
brought you lah.
I'm a guest or what? Yeah, so I being a guest, I just keep quiet and just carry him up, carry him home lah.
That's the cost lah. That's the cost of your couch surfer. Terpaksa nak duduk rumah dia, terpaksa.
But I remember when couch surfing just came like into popularity like a long time ago, and then when Airbnb just started out also, then I was like trying to embark on my like solo trip to Europe also. And I was like debating between couch surfing and Airbnb, and I was going to go meet my friend in Germany, and then she was like, is Airbnb safe? But I think comparing it with couch surfing, I will be safer staying in Airbnb. But then like I see pictures in couch surfing, right? It's like their living room couch. You just put like a curtain, just a curtain just to divide the space. And then some of them say like, oh, females only or males only, right? But then the owner is the opposite gender. So it's a bit scary. It's a bit scary. So I think there are some ones like them. Of course, there are like safer ones lah, like the one that he went on. So like I think yeah. But now if you ask me, I'm still scared to do couch surfing. I think alone.
But most of the time, right, when I was couch surfing, I didn't get. Most of the time, I get my own bed.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're so lucky.
That's good.
Yeah, my own bed. Only a few times only like in Europe, because they mostly I only get sleep on the couch or sofa, right? If the host is a student. Yeah, they on rented room or that, so I just sleep on the couch. That one I don't mind lah. Yeah.
Now you go apa tu couch surfing, then you go hitchhiking. Would you be the host as well for like your previous hosts? Like apa tu you go
Tak faham my
hitchhiking.
English kau.
Will you open
My
your
English
house
confusing.
to couch surfing?
To your
couch surfers,
ex-hosts.
ex-host? Will you open out your house to couch surfers to come in? Maybe new couch surfers, or maybe the people you have met when you were couch surfing at their homes.
So what you mean is, would I host my ex-host?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
faham. Of course, I won't host in my house because touch ko bilik lah, but I don't mind paying for their hotel.
Oh.
Yeah, because they treat me like so grand like that. As I'm
Only for the people in Kazakhstan lah, right? Maybe not the French guy. You must put it clear.
Yeah.
You must have a line. You were saying?
Where was I?
You're gonna treat them to get
Hotel.
hotel for them.
Hotel, yes.
Oh yeah, I don't mind paying for their hotel.
I see. Okay, but coming back to Singapore, kan, how was your family's or friends' reaction like when they found out that you went hitchhiking? This is a hot topic. Is it a hot topic?
When I first started, I don't know, like some of them like no reaction, like I don't know, it seems to me like, how to say, like when I told them I'm going hitchhiking, they're like just like normal, like okay, like I think they yeah, so I was like okay, so yeah, just normal rate. To me it's like normal already, like
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not worried or anything for you lah.
No lah. Because all the time I travel solo.
You know when you bought a one-way ticket from Singapore to London, right? They never asked why you buy a one-way ticket, like where's your return flight? Because sometimes they're quite worried you're gonna overstay in UK.
Immigration, you mean?
Yes, at immigration. So how did that go about?
I didn't tell my parents.
You didn't tell your parents that you were
I
going to
didn't.
go to London to hitchhike.
No. I went 1 month after while I was in Europe. Then I tell my parents.
But then I'll come back 10 months later.
Did they ask you a lot of questions because you did not have a return ticket?
Oh, Heathrow Airport. Alamak. It's not more about the return ticket. They asked me, we have free visa to Europe, right? Then they asked me like for my bank statement. They asked me my day-to-day itinerary, what I'm going to do. Because I told them I'm going to stay in London for 5 days to celebrate the New Year lah. Then they asked me to list down all the day-to-day activities I'm going to do for the next 5 days. Nonsense, kan?
That's not common.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
I was like, huh? Then they asked me how much money I bring, then my bank statement. They even asked me my work resume. I'm not here to apply jobs, yeah.
They do that pasal they know you're going to hitchhike, or you just don't have a return ticket?
He said 5 days. He's gonna be there in 5 days.
But then again, right, I have because they asked me for my return ticket. I said I don't have a return ticket, but I have a Russian visa in March. So that's quite obvious. I'm gonna leave Europe after 3 months, right? Yeah. Then they start asking me the bank account and all that.
Okay.
Because you're scared that you're gonna stay there and find a job there illegally. Okay.
You.
Yeah, because I think it's normally they will ask for, what are you doing here? A lot of questions are like what he had.
I have experienced like there were in Philippines I also like no air return ticket, but they just let me go. Even in Myanmar, they just let me go. No question asked. They just said if like the arrival airport does not accept you, you cannot return back to the country that you from lah. Like for example, when I was in Myanmar, right, I want to go to Thailand, but I don't have a return ticket because I plan to take train. Then they just advised me if anything happen in Thailand immigration, right, you're not allowed to come back to Myanmar lah. Then I said, okay, never mind.
Let me go. What's the problem?
If they want show me proof of train ticket, I just buy a train ticket on the spot at the airport. Kan? Yeah. I just go je lah.
So your London trip, you ended up like, what other countries that you passed through?
Kau serious you want me to name all?
I mean, very briefly Kazakhstan, France.
Okay.
But like, how? Okay, I'm more interested in your route home. So you came home apa? Malaysia, Singapore, cross the border.
Yeah. You want me to name all the countries?
Okay lah, you don't have to if you don't want me to.
I can. I got 1 hour. You want me?
Go.
Okay,
ahead,
go. Ready?
So I start from London. Then I go to Belgium. Then I go to France. Then I go to France. I go to Switzerland. Then go to Germany. Then go to Austria. Czech Republic. Then Poland. Lithuania, Estonia. What's the country between
I feel
Estonia
like I
and...
need to see the map while you are saying this. Okay, what's the country where?
Between
Lithuania.
Lithuania and
Estonia.
Riga. Then what's the country?
Belarus,
No.
Slovakia,
No.
Latvia, Finland.
Latvia. Yeah, Latvia, then Estonia, then Russia, Kazakhstan, China.
Why are your eyes like that just now? Is there something that you're supposed to tell us?
Never mind, let me finish.
Okay.
Then Vietnam, then Thailand.
Okay, then after that we know lah. Malaysia,
Yeah.
Singapore.
Malaysia and across the border, Singapore. Amazing.
That's a long journey.
It's fun though.
Time. Oh, what is your best hitchhiking story yet? I feel like you were going to tell us something just now.
About China.
about China.
So you want me to tell about China or best hitchhiking?
Okay, we'll do two. The best hitchhiking story yet, and then something about China.
Okay, best hitchhiking. In Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan lagi.
Yeah, he loves Kazakhstan.
Okay,
I love Kazakhstan.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But do you love
So-
horse meat?
Yeah, actually.
Do you love horse meat?
Anyway, Kazakhstan. So basically, a truck driver picked me up. Initially, I wanted to go from Kromtau all the way to Almaty. So I spent like one night with him lah. So we just drove, chit chat. He is very, it's very, how to say, he every time, like most of the time he spent talking to me, and then we chit chat. Yeah. Then
Dia pun glitch lah like me.
Stuck.
What's happening?
no lah, because I'm like,
Recalling.
reminiscence yeah.
Okay.
Then sorry.
Apa ni? Okay.
Wait. Recall the memory first, and then after that you can say.
Okay, we don't have to talk about it. We can come back to it. We can.
Okay.
We can do the China story.
So we're
first.
gonna talk about China.
So China was hard for me lah, because when I entered China from Kazakhstan, then West China, then the weird thing is that tourists are not allowed to buy SIM card.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so throughout my journey, because Singaporeans only have like 15 days free visa in China, so for 15 days, I do not have a SIM card, do not have data, so it's quite hard for me to read the map and all that. So I have to go to like a local shop and ask them if I can use the Wi-Fi for a while to download the offline map. Yeah.
So I'm thinking
Yeah.
like all these visa things are all done on phone.
Sorry?
Like for example, countries that you need visa, do you apply it through your phone?
No, so far only all the countries, right? Only we need Russia for visa. So
I
that
see.
one, before I fly to London, I already make visa already.
How about like so you rely quite heavily on internet lah when you travel.
Yeah.
So each place you go to, you need to get like a data SIM card so that you can find your stuff online.
Yeah, except for in Europe, Europe I go to McDonald's.
Free
But-
Wi-Fi.
Okay, because in Europe expensive their
Data.
SIM card. Yeah.
I see. So in China, how did you go about without data and without the internet?
Yeah, just go to the shop and ask if I can use their Wi-Fi lor. Then a few lah. What's that province Xinjiang.
Yes,
Right?
the one with
Yeah.
lots of Muslims. Xinjiang.
I don't know. That's in Wulumuchi. The city is very weird. Everywhere you go, there's barricades. Then there's tank in the middle of the road. Tank. Then you want to go to the restaurant or to go to the toilet, shopping mall, you have to do a back check. Even when you check into the hotel, have to do back check. Yeah. I don't know. It feel quite weird. Like everything is like the security is so tight there. Then in Lanzhou, that was the only time I got stuck. I didn't get a ride. I think for 2 days. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. I didn't get a ride. No one would stop me. Then I like kind of sad lah. Penat kan, panas. So hot. I stand in the middle of the highway. Then I go to the restaurant lah. To have my lunch. Most of them look at me. Only in China and they look at me. Then they like one of the woman asked me where I'm from. Then I said I'm from Singapore. Then she was like so surprised. Then she told me, oh, I thought you from Tibet. Because in China, right, it's kind of weird. Because if you're darker, different treatment. Yeah, only in China. So I had a very hard time in China.
Is it because it's a smaller city as compared to macam like say Shenzhen or like Beijing?
Maybe, maybe. Yeah, maybe because I like in West China, Yeah.
Yeah. But the provinces are a lot smaller maybe. And like at that point in time, do you ever feel like, oh, this is a racist act, or like, do you ever feel like, or is it just something new that you just brush off?
Just brush off because I understand people don't have that privilege to travel much and understand everything, so I just like brush off, and I can't afford to uh be mad about it because I'm still like a long way home, so I just just
Be kind to everybody. Yeah.
just forget it, just move on.
Do you have any plans for your next hitchhiking adventure now that travel is opening?
Aiyo, because
He will only
just
tell you when
before-
he's there. He will only tell you when he's already there.
I actually planned to hitchhike from India to Russia just before the pandemic. Then pandemic happened and then I have to come back home, yeah.
And I got more time to save
Come
up.
back home. So you actually already started your trip.
Yeah.
Oh,
I see.
today.
I heard the news about when was I? In Singapore.
Mm.
I was still in Thailand. Then the guy went to Malaysia. Then I quickly come back Singapore, yeah.
Okay, that was a good move. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
would have to go through all
Stuck
the
there.
countries that got affected.
Yeah.
And you cannot even like pass through the border because almost all countries are on lockdown.
But now everything is better. So
Are you going to continue that journey? Could I give up
Mm,
and move on to another place?
No lah. I think I don't know. My heart wants to hitchhike, but my body say no lah. Too old already lah.
Why? How come? Why your body?
Especially
to-
after the 2 days that you spent on the highway.
No lah, because
Trauma.
tiring I think I
Tiring,
just
okay.
want to relax
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
I
like,
see.
But backpacking
Just
is
like-
not.
today like
Ah yes,
hello.
yes. Hello, Malaysia.
I see.
So okay.
Dah
So,
retire lah
chill.
your hiking
Ah.
experience. Okay.
Retire. InsyaAllah maybe kalau if I feel like doing it, then I just go lah. Go je kan.
but for now, ni nama nak tukar to the brown backpacker ke nak stay brown hitchhiker?
Right. Of course stay lah. Trademark siap tu.
Okay. Last few questions. Which country has the best people?
Aiyo, why best? I think that's depends on your luck because I have friends who went to Kazakhstan and had a bad experience. Then for me, I went to Kazakhstan, I have the best experience. Of course, I would say Kazakhstan, right?
Yeah.
Kazakhstan and Russia. For me,
Bukan.
I think
Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I think.
Dah lupa.
You stop me there.
Yeah.
Sorry lah. Okay, sorry. I will stop stopping you. Okay, you were saying?
You want to say something?
No, you say.
I say
Yeah,
so you
say.
shh.
Now I keep quiet again.
When I was in Russia, right? I was eating kebab, shawarma, outside the train station at night. That time still winter. Then what? There was this guy who called me for help in Russia. I don't understand. I said, Niet ruski, angliski. Then he was like, then he shouted at me, help me. So I helped him with his baggage lah. He put at the put his baggage. Then after that, he told me to wait outside the office. Then okay, I wait. Then he come out. He invited me over to hang out with him, go drink, and then find out he's homeless. Homeless guy. Yeah. That was during World Cup. Where Russia was hosting. He was a model in Moscow, but something happened to him. He went homeless. Then a few months before the World Cup, right? The government cleanse all the homeless people out of the city.
Oh
So,
no.
So he had to stay. That was in Nizhny Novgorod. And so he was very nice. He showed me around, in Nizhny Novgorod. We hang out, we chit chat. Then when I was about to leave, right, then I asked him, because I have couch surfing host, then I asked him where is he going to sleep at night. Then he said, under car, under the car, under the car.
Under a car.
Yeah. Then I was like, why under the car? He said, keeps him warm.
Oh
Oh yeah.
Wow. I was like, then I asked for his number, if like anything I can help him out or not. Then he said, he doesn't have a phone because the police confiscated his phone.
Oh my god.
So yeah. But that was a interesting moment for me, because homeless guy like hang out with me and all that, like go for a drink. Yeah.
Do you happen to still be in? Okay, I know it's going to be a dumb question, but you probably have no idea how he's doing now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
No,
very sad.
but you talking about keep in contact, right? I still keep in contact with the truck driver in Kazakhstan, the one I was about to talk about. Then I paused. Yeah. He picked me up from Krumtau. I was heading to Almaty. Then along the way, I received a message from a couchsurfing host in, what's the city? I forgot one of the city. Then he dropped me off. And then I gave him like a Singapore dollar $5 note, and we still in contact. And then recently, he told me that he was in Ukraine. Then I was like, why are you doing that? He's doing a chocolate business there in Ukraine. Then when the Ukraine war happens, then I asked him. Then I texted him. We're still in contact. We exchanged number through WhatsApp. Then I asked him, hey John, I think I have the message. Never mind. Then I said, are you still in Ukraine? And no reply from him till today.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of the worst that has
I
happened.
hope that he changed his number back in Kazakhstan. I don't mind if it's like lost contact, as long as he's safe.
And he's okay.
Yeah.
Because I know where he stay in Kazakhstan. At least if one day I come, I can always come and visit him. Yeah. Hopefully he's safe and change his number
Yeah.
or something that we lost contact.
Yeah.
But usually when you keep in contact with your surfing hosts, do you only exchange numbers, or do you also use like social media to keep in touch?
So mostly social media, but only for the driver is like WhatsApp. Yeah. In fact, 2 drivers I changed number with. Yeah. WhatsApp. Then the rest is all Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook and Instagram. Then for phone, it's usually WhatsApp. Diorang tak pakai Telegram Mana tahu some also use Viber.
Yeah, some countries block WhatsApp.
In Kazakhstan and Russia, they use Telegram, but I told them I don't use Telegram, so they just download for the sake.
Oh, so cute.
Kan?
Yeah. So sweet.
We hope it's alright.
Yes, inshallah. Okay, to wrap up today's episode, if you could only visit one city in the entire before leaving Earth, what would it be?
You say Kazakhstan.
Are you gonna say Kazakhstan?
I mean, you can say whichever.
You can say yes.
No pressure.
2 cities.
Okay.
2. One in Aktobe, Kazakhstan, and one in Samara, Russia. Yeah, I think because Kazakhstan, the Aktobe, because of the host was very helpful to me lah. The first one I will mention about the housemate and everything, and the actual host is not, till today I haven't met in person the actual host. I only met his brother, his wife, his mom, his parent, his friend. Yeah,
Except for him.
yeah, I met everyone but him. The host was actually very nice, because I told him that I'm going to Almaty. He messaged his friend to host me in Almaty, and his friend is not even couchsurfing host.
Wow.
But this guy has a lot of
Yeah.
connections.
Yeah, a lot. Then there was one time in Shymkent, Kazakhstan. I couldn't find a host. I asked him if he has a friend there. Then he said, just go to one of the school that he studied in, and told him that if I can stay with at one of the school dormitory. So I just go, and then I said, I asked one of the students, hi, can I stay with you for one night at the dormitory, because I don't have a place to stay tonight. So yeah, then that student invited me over to his dormitory. And the funny thing is that he sleep on the floor, I sleep on his bed.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice lah.
Great culture.
Yeah, I think it's a culture.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I really feel like my best takeaway from this episode is like your intentions need to be clear, and like what he said like previously, like you cannot think so much about what's
Bad stuff.
bad stuff. And
Yeah.
I would think that hitchhiking somehow, I feel like there could be instances where people might think like strategically maybe I should do something to raise my possibility of getting a hitch, that kind of ill intentions. But I think from his stories, I think what's important is that your niyat is pure.
Always start with your niyat. And inshallah, everything will turn out right. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Yahn, for this episode. We pray the best for you and your travel, and hopefully
Thank
you will
you.
extend your passport expiry date so that you can travel more. Jangan stop the expiry the passport. Okay,
I
any
got one
last?
question for you guys.
Okay. Wow,
sure.
what is that?
If you guys are driving, would you pick up a hitchhiker? And why?
Right.
Driving where? In Singapore?
In Malaysia, like, you want to go to KL, and then you saw someone hitchhiking, would you stop?
Usually for me, I will look at the character of the person. Kadang-kadang like the very sus. I've had bad
It's so
experiences.
difficult. It's like to judge a character by just like
Yeah,
Index
it's
you
very
something.
fast. You can't
Usually,
even
yeah.
judge.
Usually you just roll down the window, hey, where you going? And then they say something and it's like, hey, come. But because I'm a female, I would rather be having someone with me first. Like if
Okay.
I'm
What if
driving.
What if it's a female hitchhiker?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
I don't mind. But that's only if I have like a driving license lah. You have to wait lor. You have to wait, or if you want to sponsor me also can. Maybe I hitchhike you.
I don't know. I've never picked up someone on the road before, but I think today's recording has opened up another side of that realm that I think maybe, not everyone is out there to get you.
Correct.
So sometimes it's okay, but
Yeah.
it's really so hard to judge that someone is okay just for the few seconds at you.
I feel like as much as a hitchhiker have to have clear intentions, we also have to have clear
Yeah.
intentions.
So you just have to
Cause-
assume the best, or maybe this guy really is like, in need of, you need to go somewhere. And, if we are really going along the same way, then why not,
But actually nowadays, and I come to think of it, whenever I'm like in a car, not driven, I've been driven around, I have not seen someone who wants to hitchhike.
In Singapore, maybe.
In Malaysia
Singapore, it's
also.
kind
In Malaysia also,
Oh,
actually.
Malaysia, okay.
Yeah. I've never seen it so far. But that will be an interesting experience, to be honest. I'm definitely down for it.
Maybe for me, maybe like kalau before 6 p.m, maybe I will.
Before 6 p.m. Kalau tak ingat hantu
After 6 p.m, macam, tak payahlah sis.
Oh, speaking of which,
kirim salam
do you always hitchhike bila malam?
No.
Okay,
no,
okay,
I
okay.
would never.
Okay.
It's very hard. Very hard. Because
Okay.
first thing, vision. Drivers can't see much of you.
Correct.
Boleh pakai dia punya tu apa, macam traffic light punya shining
Reflector.
the reflecting.
No lah, but okay, usually when drivers want to pick up, right, they see face first. Your face. Your
If you have a
facial
kind face?
expression. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about the lightings and all that. And also because it's much more safe to pick up hitchhiker daytime.
In the day, yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, I like what Nurul said. I think gender also plays an important role. Like being female is very, you just need to be more wary lah. And like, hopefully maybe I'll invite a hitchhiker up my car. If I'm even like brave enough.
I'll do that. Okay?
If you see me hitchhiking in Malaysia, don't forget to pick me up, okay?
From Malacca? From Malacca?
So, macam kenal.
Is that the jewelry maker who's wearing a store-bought necklace? Okay, thank you so much, Yahn, once
problem.
again
Pleasure.
for taking time
Yep.
off your holiday. Thank you. For
problem.
those who are watching, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and follow Yann's Instagram at The Brown Hitchhiker and ask him any questions you have on hitchhiking or even backpacking if you have any. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright guys, thanks for listening. So we'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to give us a shout out on anchor.fm/the Halal Travel Podcast. Your voice message could be featured in our next episode.
Yep. And if you have any advertising and collaboration opportunities, contact us at info@halaltrip.com. That's info@halaltrip.com.
Also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Halaltrip. We're also now on Telegram and TikTok. Until next time, get inspired, go and inspire others.